to uncross your legs just for circulatory purposes, and you're twisting the muscles in, now that we're gonna be in a 20-minute relaxed position, because in 20 minutes your body sets into whatever position it's in. Fixotrophy is the word.
Oh yeah, fixotrophy.
Fixotrophy. So you can go in and get a full head massage in there, work the ears, got the whole full body pacifying, especially if they're a chatter. This is a good one to start. And then once you go into here, it makes them close their eyes.
You got some good smells.
Yes, and then you're doing this because of stress. Stress. You're okay. You're in a safe place. This is your one scheduled 60 minutes away from
Where you forget being
and
pregnant.
somebody's taking care of you. Right. Exactly. Ashi points, nasal draining. So you're gonna do that. Hold, open, spread through the cheekbones. And then you can go into your chest. You're thinking lung meridian. Breathing is a compromised thing. Yep. So you can have them take a deep breath here. I don't know if they've taught you this yet, but 90 seconds of deep breathing chemically changes the state of the brain. Just like that. Another chatter. Let's breathe together. Not in their face.
I know, I appreciate that you do that.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
like
so
really
breathing
cautious
in there.
Gross.
And you know, and there's 3 pressure points. Again, even if you're doing this for special populations, this is just a good place to be if you have access to behind the table. Hospital rooms might be hard. So GB21 is one of the contraindicated points. Okay, and that's it's GB21.
Okay.
It's right here in the top of the shoulders,
Okay.
highest amount of it. So I kind of slide into their divots until my thumbs rise up, and then I know that's where I sink in down. Contraindicated, so I'm not going to use it. But I mention it because maybe they're tired all the time and their husband wants to give them a massage, that kind of thing. And the first thing a guy is going to do is
they
like,
do that, yeah.
find that guy or some person might do is pinch in there. So gliding over it is not going to hurt it. It's sticking your thumbs directly in it, thinking,
That's the feathers.
let's bear down and let's push this baby out. So in the labor room, perfect point. Have your husband sitting with that behind you, watching the monitor. Here we go. Here comes another one, and go. And you're gonna squeeze and bear down. So I do it for education and training. Normally, it's a good point. I've seen Dr. Zoe needle this point on pregnant. With his intention must be somewhere else.
Yeah.
For some other reason, must be the anxiety or something. So whether, I don't know if he tips it down or up, but I've seen him do that, and I've noted it like, she's pregnant and that's contraindicated. He's like, good student. That's about it. My intention is somewhere else. I'm like, okay, sure. But otherwise, kneading behind it and getting the neck area, doing any neck manipulations, stripping of the neck, stress, tension, especially if they're a computer worker, working mom. No one stays at home anymore, hardly. But you can do all that kind of kneading in there.
So trap work in general isn't contraindicated?
Yep.
Just the...
Right, just the button pushing is contraindicated. And even if you're doing the heavy knuckle stripping, depending how sensitive that person is and how high that energy button is for them, you'll notice. But they'll start to be like, oh, I feel nauseous right away. And then you get like, let's move down to your arm.
Right.
You just can't go somewhere else. But that's why you have to be aware of all those things. So you can do any of that. Deep pressing behind it. You can dig underneath it. You can do any neck stretches. All of that is all good stuff. Can be like your 10 minutes right there. Okay. So once I'm all that's good, then I could plus a neck pillow there if you need it. Since you're over there, then I'm just going to come down and do the arm work. She's still draped. I'm not a tight pocket type draper, but depending on if she had big or small breasts and you don't want that to move, you want to keep that in mind. Sneaking underneath behind is another one of my tricks. And getting this and still doing that luxury sweep. Thinking lung meridian opener, chest spreader, breasts are tender, so I'm not going to be going too deep in there. But stress and anxiety, our heart chakra, like, oh, it feels awesome. So I could do that. I mean, pacifying, if you were ending. So this is working the hypothalamus, just using the pad, and it's the sternum here. And you do it both.
Oh, nice.
Great one for kids.
Oh, yeah.
And you kind of This one lifts on and off, but this one stays steady up and down. And you just do that, and you can run your fingers through their hair.
Mama.
So yummy.
Mama.
So yummy. In my Swedish training over there, I also show them the Abhyanga, which is Ayurvedic type massage too, great for elderly, special populations. Basics things are round on the joints. They usually do 2 to 3 to 4, and
Yeah.
length on the limbs.
Oh, no.
So it would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
I like that.
And again, it's predictatory. It's pacifying the nervous system again, and it's something that's a light touch, great for elderly. So I'm going to mix in special population prenatal.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
For that.
For this one?
Yeah. Would you
Same way.
Oh, that's nice. But you're moving up towards the heart, right?
Yeah. And the trick is to move the whole body, not just do this. So
Right.
you're tired.
Huh.
It's a full like dance for you.
Oh, awesome.
Uh-huh.
And then you do your little circle. Oh,
And so you do
nice.
outer, all the way down, round rubbing, and then you do front, and then you come and turn sideways and do inner.
I was gonna ask you if you could you do it towards the meridian lines? And you were kind of doing that.
In Abhyanga and Thai, there's sun lines.
Okay.
So there's only 3 or 5 main lines. Sinew points, sinew lines make it everywhere.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it versus staying on the meridian. Swedish, I just end up doing it. I think, and if the intention is there, if they needed it, intestine, liver
Yeah.
was out of whack, then it's something I would stay and compress on
Okay.
and work the whole line. My intention always is out the energy gate.
Yeah, I like that. I do that too, and I don't need even
Only
if
10, and even up here, it's like to rise the positive energy and get out.
Yeah.
That way, or down the arm and get out. LI4, large intestine 4, is the main energy gate. It's a pain eliminator in the body. So contraindicated for pregnancy.
Oh, geez. Good thing you said that.
Darn, because it induces contractions.
Oh, wow.
So in the labor room, great. Sometimes they'll come to you, 36, I got 38 weeks, I got from my doctor, we're ready to go. You can start using all these points to train the body to go. Nothing's going to put the body into labor unless it's hormonally in alignment and the body's ready to do it on its own. There's nothing you can really do. The worst this could do is cause nausea, sweating, and contractions.
Okay.
So pre-labor signs. So they have to be ready for that. And that might be something you say on their way out is, these are some symptoms you might get. Know that you're probably not going into labor, but it's a reaction. Your body's going to start like just cramping, like it's like training. Braxton Hicks. Blame it on
there
that.
you go.
Just like Braxton Hicks. Blame it on that. What? That wasn't my massage. You were just getting Braxton Hicks. So you can do your regular massage and just remember you're thinking draining if I felt her hand cold. That kind of thing. So manipulation of it over the point, not a big deal. Massaging the in-between web if she's works at a computer and it's tight from holding the mouse, not a big deal. I'm just not going to compress and stare at her and wish her to have contractions. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
You're not using that mesmeration. Great for the husband.
Right.
Hold her here, press right here, stare at the monitor. Here comes another one, stare at me, let's breathe. 10, 9, 8.
Wow.
That's nice, yeah.
Okay,
Like
education. So usually my first session, I'm a bit chatty because I want to educate, and then they trust, and then they'll come back once a month for sure.
Right.
Okay. So other arm manipulations, if you wanted to pull it over and get that scapula, you're gonna get her back when you turn over. But if she's not gonna turn to both sides, that one side is gonna be left out, and this is your one key in.
Okay.
Okay. So you can find the border, trigger point. Nothing's wrong back here. Mobilizations. Nothing's wrong here. You can do big arm circles. You can compress and stretch if it's a tight chest. All of that is the same. All of that is the same. The one trick here is then to come up here, and you're going to do her tricep stuff. This is my one hook. So side body, if they're only going to stay to one side later, she's going to have the sheet here. I can ask her, can you please just hold your sheet, just because I'm going to open the pocket here in a second, just in case for slippage. Lots of lube. And I'm going to start from up here. The slide is down until I hit her hip, and I kind of want to give a press down on the hip.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I'll do the other side too. So that's it, and then I'm gonna scoop around and flip my fingers in, like this. So now I have her whole QL in my hand, and my thumb is gonna be the deep one, okay? But it's a hook, like deep tissue, slide up the rib cage, all the way up her arm, and then you do that like a couple times. Slide in, get your hook, slide up. You can drag with fingers. You can get any intercostal stripping if you want to in there, because she's holding that securely. Her arm is up, so.